Good morning and welcome to Elgin County Council. It is May the 14th, 2024, 9 a.m. and I will call this meeting to order. First order of business is the adoption of the minutes.
Resolved that the minutes of the meeting held on April 30th, 2024 be adopted.
If there are no errors or omissions, I would accept Councillor Hentz and Councillor Latham's motions to adopt. All in favor? It's carried. I remind members of disclosures of pecuniary interest and the general nature thereof. Councillor Widner.
Yes, thank you, Warden. Item 6.7, the Belmont, 14,000 Belmont Road.
Thank you. Moves us on to section 4, presenting petitions, presentations, and delegations. At this point, I would invite Cheryl Fiss to join us to the front, and also would Councillor Cookett and Deputy Warden Jones join me as well. Okay, this morning, it is my great pleasure on behalf of Elgin County Council to congratulate Cheryl Fish on her retirement as the health recruiter for the Elgin County and St. Thomas. Cheryl has devoted 11 years to this endeavor, and we thank you very much for that. And I understand that over that time, been successful in recruiting over 40 physicians. So thank you for that. Just trying to find my spot here, ensuring that our residents have had access to top-tier medical care right in their own communities. So despite the formidable challenge posed by physician shortages, Cheryl has tirelessly pursued this mission for Elgin County, and we certainly express our profound gratitude for unwavering dedication and wishes for a fulfilling and well-deserved retirement. Cheryl, on behalf of Elgin County Council, I wish to present you this certificate. And with the assistance, of course, of Councillor Cookett and Deputy Warden Jones, who serve on the Health Recruitment Partnership. And congratulations.
Thank you so much.
This way. Oh, we missed it. Catherine, we missed it. I understand you might, I'll give you the opportunity if you wish for a few words.
I'd love to say you.
Please.
Thank you so much. I just have to, have to get these, I have to get hold of it. I just want to give you a little bit of a background about better late than never. Sorry. Where I came from and sort of what I did. And I relocated from Richmond Hill, which is just north of Toronto, in May of 1981 to St. Thomas, where I purchased a home and I began a career in healthcare at a local hospital. It was an exciting career and I moved through various positions, ultimately being a leader of a team of 75 staff. After almost 30 years, I retired to begin working on my bucket list, or so I thought. For a couple of years, I did consulting work for a hospital way up north in James Bay. And it was very unique going to work every day, either in a helicopter or on a snowmobile or on a boat. Then one day I saw an ad for the health recruiter for the city and the county, and I applied. And needless to say, I began my second career then as a health recruiter in April of 2013. With the responsibility to build a recruitment program. Those 11 years have flown by. I wish to thank the members of the council for their support, which helped to make the work of the recruiter and the HRP committee able to achieve numerous successes. Your commitment to the goals and the objectives of the HRP, along with your flexibility, your creative approach to implementing new programs, and assisted in making our recruitment program one that is envied by the communities, other communities, both larger and smaller than Elgin County. We get to network with a lot of recruiters, and it's not uncommon for them to say, how did you ever get some of these programs started? So that always feels nice. There are a few people I'd like to make special mention of, and they are, as they said, the members of the HRP. One, Mayor Jack, thank you. And the other one, Mayor Grant Jones, and most recently Blaine. So thank you for taking the time from your busy schedules to attend meetings, events, and provide your suggestions and questions. They help to move the program forward. My special thanks and mention must go to Mayor Grant Jones. I feel like Grant has been in it sort of from the beginning, always commending me for a job well done and always attending all of the events that we hosted. I will definitely miss working with you, Grant, and thank you for all that dedication that you've shown in the past. The HRP created and continues to support several programs, and I wouldn't be doing my job to the very last day if I didn't take a minute and tell you a little bit about some of those programs, and I promise I won't be long. But the existing programs, of course, we have is the incentive grant, offering financial assistance to a new physician who starts a new practice or takes over a retiring physician's practice, obviously followed up with a request for a return of service. We participate in Discovery Week, and it's been very successful. It takes place in May, and we host 14 first-year medical students from Western to come to Elgin County to job shadow with our local physicians and experience rural medicine with the hopes that they will return. A scholarship program where we provided financial assistance to 6 local students attending medical school, and we continuously ask for funds to increase that number. New programs, which we've just been developed and implemented, are participation in a healthcare camp developed by Schulich Western University and is hosted in Elgin County for the first time last year. The camp hosts 30 local students from grades 9 to 12. The HRP sponsored 5 local students to attend this week-long camp to learn more about medical professions in general. And we're hosting the camp again this year, and it'll be taking place in July. This year, we've also joined SOPRA, the Southern Ontario Physician Recruitment Alliance. That includes 14 other communities in Southern Ontario who will work together to recruit physicians with an emphasis on attending and recruiting international physicians. And the other in the makings that we're working on is a symposium. It's going to be hosted by the HRP for our stakeholders, and it's being planned for September to review the terms of reference of the HRP and its mandate. So please look forward to more information and an invitation to that. So you can see that our recruitment program is growing and branching out. I'm pleased to say that it's being passed along in good shape and will be in good hands with Uzo Ajagwu. Uzo brings a slightly different perspective to the program, as her husband is a local physician. I'm sure she'll be happy to provide at a later date an update on what she's working on. I will miss the excitement, the successes, and the challenges of this position, but mostly the kind support of people from this community. Now that it's safe to travel, I hope, with COVID behind us, my husband and I can continue with our bucket list adventures, and while we are still healthy and able to do so. Once again, thank you for this opportunity, and I wish you all the success as you continue to recruit physicians to Elgin County. Thank you.
Okay, let's move on then with section 5, Committee of the Whole.
Resolved that we do now move into Committee of the Whole.
Mover and seconder, please. Counselor Cookett will move and Counselor Noble will second. All in favor? That's carried. Thank you. Section 6, reports of council, outside boards and staff. 6.1, the warden's activity report. The report is posted and available. If there are any questions, I would be happy to answer them. Otherwise, I'd look for a mover and seconder for the following.
Resolved that the report titled Warden's Activity Report, April 2024, from Warden Ketchabah, dated April 29th, 2024, be received and filed.
I believe that was moved by Deputy Warden Jones and seconded by Councillor Latham. All in favor? That's carried. Thank you. 6.2, the 2024 Community Grant Program allocations. Again, the report has been published and is available for your review. Suffice it to say, it was a huge application this last time, 29 applicants, over $180,000 in requests for a $74,000 program. So it was a lot of work that went into this. In fact, the committee actually scored the applicants twice in order to get it down to something that we could actually support. So the report again is before you. The allocations are recommended, and I or other members of the committee would entertain any questions that you may have. I thank you for taking it easy on us. Catherine, please.
Resolved that Elgin County Council approve the 2024 Community Grant Program allocations as proposed by the Rural Initiatives and Planning Advisory Committee.
Do I have a mover and seconder for that? Councillor Sloan? And did I see Councillor Widner? All in favor? That's carried. Thank you. 6.3, moving on with the Manager of Procurement and Risk Procurement Activity Report for the first quarter, January 1st, 2024 to March 31st, 2024. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Warden. Thank you. Through you to County Council. So this quarterly procurement activity report details the awards of contracts that were approved by directors valued at between $15,000 and $250,000. This report covers the period from January to March of this year. The list of the projects, the supplier, and the amount is included with the appendix, Appendix A. I can confirm that all contracts do comply with the county's procurement policy, and at this time, I'd be pleased to answer any questions.
Thank you for that report, Mike. Does anyone have any questions? Okay. Catherine, please.
Resolved that the report titled Procurement Activity Report Q1, January 1st, 2024 to March 31st, 2024, from the Manager of Procurement and Risk, dated May 14th, 2024, be received and filed.
Mover and seconder, please. Councillor Hens and Councillor Noble will second. All in favor? That's carried. Thank you. 6.4, Manager of Emergency Management and the Elgin Middlesex Regional Fire School, the 2023 Emergency Management Compliance. Good morning, Andrew.
Good morning, Warden. Through you to Council, I'm here today to present the 2023 Emergency Management Ontario compliance results for the County of Elgin. The Emergency Management and Civil Protections Act mandates that each municipality develop and implement an emergency management program that meets certain legislative requirements, including hazard identification and risk assessments, approving bylaws, emergency response plans, public education, and of course, annual training and emergency exercises, as well as specific rules within the program committee and emergency control group. Evidence of all components are submitted to Emergency Management Ontario each year for the annual compliance. In the fall of 2023, Elgin County participated in their annual emergency management exercise alongside the municipalities of West Elgin and Dutton Dunwich and the township of Southold. The exercise was targeted had targeted severe winter weather, one of our area's most significant risks identified on our county's Hazard Identification and Risk Assessment, or HIRA. Incorporated into the exercise, as well as during the program committee meeting, the emergency control group and program committee members participated in annual training covering key components of the emergency program and responsibilities of their roles within the program committee and control group. For 2024, we are looking forward to conducting improvements to the program and plan based on best practice suggestions made by our EMO field officer during our compliance process.
Thank you for that report, Andrea. Does anyone have any questions? Well done. Catherine, please.
Resolved that the report titled 2023 Emergency Management Compliance from the Manager of Emergency Management and Elgin Middlesex Regional Fire School dated May 14th, 2024 be received and filed.
Mover and seconder, please. Councillor Latham will move. Councillor Jiguer will second. All in favor? That's carried. Thank you. 6.5, Director of Legal Services, LS 24-6 Land Ambulance Agreement, Medavie EMS. Good morning, Nick.
Good morning, Warden, and through you to council. So this is a presentation of a 3-year agreement with Medavie EMS to continue their service delivery of our land ambulance operations. There's 2 components to the report. One is this is a single source procurement that's in conformance with the direction of council. The interim CAO last summer came forward to council and sort of identified there's a very limited number of private land ambulance suppliers, and there was examination of that as well as the feasibility of other municipalities being able to deliver. And given the compatibility with the existing services, which is one of the criteria of our purchasing policy, staff are satisfied that it meets the single source procurement requirements. The other piece is the actual agreement itself, of course. And so in the report, I've done a bullet point summary of some of the changes to the agreement. So the agreement had largely stayed the same with some amendments since 2014. And this seemed like a good opportunity to go through it and revise some of those items through negotiation. I'm happy to answer any questions about them if there are any. A couple of the ones that I guess I would highlight include there is a requirement for Medavie to basically come and report to both County Council and the City of St. Thomas. The CAO had mentioned this in his presentation of the first 90 days at the last council meeting or 2 council meetings. I've already forgotten, my apologies. Last council meeting. That part of what we're trying to do is integrate those operations a bit more because it's a significant contract. So there's a minimum once a year reporting requirement to both the city and the county. But it also notes that it could be more as reasonably required. And I think both parties are looking to sort of strengthen that relationship a bit. So other than that, I'm happy to answer any questions. Generally speaking, the contract itself is in conformance with the negotiating instructions received. Thanks.
Thank you very much for that report, Nick. Does anyone have any questions? Councillor Jiguer.
Thank you, Mr. Warden. Through you, it's more of a comment that I would support additional reporting for sure, because I mean, the contract is clearly laid out in terms of performance standards, but then I realized looking back that considering the size of the investment, I think we get more performance data from our libraries than we do from, this very critical and large investment. So if that could be integrated, I know, as you mentioned, the CEO is looking to provide more robust framework and reporting, and that would be welcome and much needed. So thank you.
Okay, thank you for that. Councillor Sloan.
Well, we're getting a lot of details here. A performance bond with the county has been removed, with the savings related, the release of that obligation included in the annual pricing. Through you, Warden, what are the savings be? Why was the performance bond removed if it had been in the contract previously?
Nick, please.
So the purpose of the performance bond when the contract was first entered into in 2014 was because it was a new relationship with Medavie. So the performance bond is related to ensuring that the county has security to draw from if there's a failure of Medavie to perform. So if the county incurred expenses not knowing sort of the level of comfort with that relationship on the delivery of services. Given that we've now had that relationship for 10 years, and Medivy has insurance and assets ultimately as well, the county staff were comfortable releasing that performance bond at this point. And I don't have precise figures on the savings. My recollection it was approximately $35,000 because it's essentially the interest for the bond existing.
Additional questions? Okay, again, thank you for the report, Catherine.
Resolved that the report titled LS 24-6 Land Ambulance Agreement, Medivy EMS, from the Director of Legal Services dated May 14th, 2024, be received and filed, and that Council of the County of Elgin award a single source contract for the provision of land ambulance services to Medivy EMS Ontario Incorporated for the period of January 1st, 2024 to December 31st, 2026, with an option to extend for an additional 3-year term in the annual amount of $12,708,248, subject to CPI adjustments in the years 2025 and 2026, and that Council of the County of Elgin authorize the warden and CAO to execute an agreement substantially in the form of the contract attached to this report.
Do we have a mover and seconder for that? Deputy Warden Jones and Councillor Widner will second. Excuse me, all in favor? That's carried. Thank you. 6.6, Acting Manager of Planning, PS 24-9-34T-SO 20401-4431 Union Road. That's a mouthful, Paul, and welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Warden. It's a mouthful of an application, but I would suggest it's a fairly straightforward plan of subdivision application that we have in front of us today, Mr. Warden. This is for it's a rather large residential subdivision of approximately 210 units in total. These would be composed of 53 single detached dwellings, lots, 25 semi-detached dwelling lots that would have 25 semi-detached building lots that would be comprising of a total of 50 residential units, and then a total of 107 townhouse units, all to be serviced on full municipal services and located within the Southwold settlement area of North Port Stanley. The proposed plan of subdivision went through the standard application process and development review process. We did have some concerns with the location of a stormwater management pond associated with the proposed development, but we were able to work through those concerns with the Conservation Authority and the applicant, and we were able to resolve those all amicably. So in front of council today, we have a proposed plan of subdivision and the associated conditions with it. The recommendation that I have before council is for approval with the conditions that are attached to the decision in the council agenda package. I'm happy to answer any questions that council may have, Mr. Warden.
Well, thank you very much for that report, Paul. Does anyone have any questions? Okay, Catherine, please.
Resolved that the report titled PS 24-9-34T-SO 2401-4431 Union Road from the Acting Manager of Planning dated May 14th, 2024, be received and filed, and that the Council of the Corporation of the County of Elgin grants draft plan approval to the draft plan of subdivision by Cyril J. DeMare Limited on behalf of Domus Developments London Incorporated and dated December 21st, 2023, and that staff be directed to provide notice of this decision subject to the conditions of final approval in accordance with the requirements of the Planning Act.
We have a mover and seconder for that. Councillor Sloan and Councillor Hentz. All in favor? That is carried. Thank you. 6.7, and the Acting Manager of Planning, PS 24-8-CE OPA 1-24, 14,000 Belmont Road. Paul, please.
Thank you, Mr. Warden. Before council today is a official plan amendment that was adopted by Central Elgin Council and impacting 14,000 Belmont Road. This is better known as Belmont Farm Supply. The background on this application is Belmont Farm Supply is looking to expand their operation at the rear of their operation, and they had purchased land from the municipality of Central Elgin to do so. These are lands that are the Belmont Arena lands. These lands at one point contained a woodlot that had been previously cleared some time ago by the municipality of Central Elgin. Because it once upon a time contained a woodlot, these lands were designated as natural heritage, and they were also designated as community facility because they were part of the Belmont Arena lands. So with the deeding of these lands over to Belmont Farm Supply, the owner of Belmont Farm Supply is looking to change the land use designation on these lands, as well as the zoning on these lands, from community facility and natural heritage to a commercial industrial designation to allow those lands to be used as part of Belmont Farm Supply's operations. Much like the previous application, this application went through the standard procedure, development review procedure. There were no concerns on the part of county staff. This application was supported by both the local council and local staff. And before council today, we do have a recommendation for approval of that. And with that, Mr. Warden, I'm certainly happy to answer any questions that council may have with respect to the application.
Thank you very much for that report, Paul. Councillor Sloan.
Just a comment through you, Warden. Thank you to Mr. Hicks for this file and his engagement. His counsel has been concise and constructive, and I just wanted to pass along our thanks.
Okay, thank you for those comments.
Thank you.
Any questions? Councillor Jiguer.
Thank you, Mr. Warden. I was just curious if the residents' concerns were addressed or responded to, and if so, how?
Okay. I'll first go to Paul and see what he knows, and then we'll turn it over to Councillor Sloan.
Certainly. So the residential, any concerns that were raised by the local residents would have been addressed at the local level at the time of the adoption. Most of those concerns will likely be also able to be addressed through the associated zoning bylaw amendment, and this will also be subject to site plan approval as well. So this will be the preparation of detailed drawings that will address things like visual impact, noise, lighting, the type of surface material that will be used, in whether it's gravel or asphalt, etc. So most of those issues will actually be addressed at the local level by Central Elgin Council through both the zoning process and through the site plan approval process.
Thank you for those comments, Paul. Councillor Sloan, any additional comments you'd like to make, or you're satisfied?
I'm deferring to the expert.
All right, there you are. Anything further? Okay, Catherine, please.
Resolved that the report titled PS 248-CEOPA 1-24, 14,000 Belmont Road, from the Acting Manager of Planning dated May 14th, 2024, be received and filed, and that the Council of the Corporation of the County of Elgin approves Official Plan Amendment Number 2 to the Official Plan of the Municipality of Central Elgin, and that staff be directed to provide notice of this decision in accordance with the requirements of the Planning Act.
Mover and seconder, please. Councillor Sloan will move. Councillor Jiguer will second. All in favor? That is carried. Thank you. Moving on with 6.8 from the Acting Manager of Planning, PS 24-10, the Elgin County Official Plan Adoption. Paul, it's been a long road, but we're getting there.
It very much has been a long road, Mr. Warden, and we are one step closer today to finalizing this project for County Council, and we're very excited to be in front of County Council today to present the finalized version of the official plan. Council will see associated with this, the fairly brief staff report that I provided, there are two fairly lengthy appendices, so to speak. The first being the actual copy of the official plan, or the final draft version of the official plan that's been formatted, and we've incorporated some great imagery and some diagrams that we hope will make the plan more attractive and readable to the members of the general public, as well as the development community, and help with the interpretation of the plan. The second kind of appendix or attachment that you'll see associated with my staff report is a very, very lengthy and large chart that is responding to all of the submissions that were made during the statutory approvals process that took place over February and March of this past year. And that includes comments and submissions that were made at the public meeting that was held with respect to the official plan. One of the reasons that you'll note that that chart is quite large is it includes actually for the first time comments that we had received from the Ministry of Municipal Affairs and Housing, who submitted comments on behalf of the seven provincial ministries that are involved in land use planning in Ontario. Normally, we would have received these comments previously, quite frankly, about this time last year to incorporate them in, and we'd usually be at a stage of whittling down those comments, but we were not provided those comments, unfortunately, by the Minister's office in advance. So we are at this stage of addressing those comments, and I'm confident that we have addressed them. With that, I'm not sure, Mr. Warden. It's certainly your discretion as to how you'd like to proceed. I'm not sure if there's too many comments or submissions that would be made that I would myself kind of point out to council. I think a lot of what we had received during the public process, particularly from the local partner municipalities, were around questions around clarification and making sure and interpretation of some of those policies. So we've incorporated some changes to make sure that that those policies are as clear and easily interpreted as possible. And we have a number of, again, the technical comments that were provided by the ministry that again have been addressed in that chart as well. So I'm happy to kind of walk council through as detailed or as high level a summary as you would like, but also I'm certainly happy if there's specific questions or comments that members of council have on the document or on any of the submissions and our responses to the submissions. I'm certainly happy to field those comments individually.
Well, thank you very much for that, Paul. And personally, I certainly appreciated the table that you put forward. And it is lengthy. There are a lot of comments, and I certainly appreciate where you have indicated what action has been taken, what recommendations within the plan have been incorporated. I will look to my colleagues if you wish to have a further explanation on that, or are you satisfied with the table that that this has been incorporated and that the concerns from the public have been addressed? Deputy Warden.
I guess, thank you, Mr. Warden. On behalf of Southwold, Southwold was happy with the finalization of this plan.
Thank you for that. Does anyone else wish a more deeper dive into this particular report? I think it's fairly self-explanatory myself. I found it a very fascinating read, actually. Yeah, Nick.
Thank you, Warden. I just wanted to make a couple of short comments because I know Paul is modest and very professional. So I've had the pleasure of essentially overseeing and coordinating planning operations for the county for the past year. And that's given me some insight into how much work is involved in this project. And I also know that planning is one of the areas we engage with our community, whether it's our LMPs and developers or individual citizens, a fair amount in our operations. And essentially, I wanted to just sort of highlight a few things that I've learned through this experience over the last year, which is, first of all, it starts with empirical data. So council's had the opportunity to receive and consider a number of reports over the years that inform this official plan. And then there's that iterative process of posting sort of each draft and then receiving feedback on it. And we received a lot of very constructive feedback. You can see from Paul's chart. And then also there was earlier iterations of the draft as well that were responded to over the course of time. And so really the purpose of this is to say thank you to the LMPs for their constructive feedback. Thank you to the development community that responded for their feedback. And thank you to the individual citizens that attended our public open house and our public meeting. It's really great to get that feedback because it gives staff and gives Paul's group the confidence that the plan we're producing is what the community is looking for. And so I want to express thanks from the staff level at the county for all of that engagement. It was really helpful to this process. And then not that I'm presuming the outcome of any vote that may occur in a moment, but congratulations to council. This isn't the final step because there's still ministerial approval, but adoption today is a huge milestone and it's rare that I say this at reports, but it's a big deal. So congratulations to everyone involved. And thank you again to the community for their interaction. I just wanted to make that comment before the vote proceeds.
Thank you very much for those comments, Nick. Really appreciate it. Any additional comments? Councillor Widner.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Warden. Paul, page 156. Partial servicing, paragraph B. Could you maybe just put a little content to that? It says you can have rounding out existing development. What do you call that? Is there any leeway with that? And the number of lots you could have, or?
So that policy is actually just a straight mirroring of the policy that exists in the PPS. So the provincial policy statement only permits partial services on very limited circumstances, and one of those is what they refer to, and this is an undefined term under provincial policy, but is the rounding out of existing development in existing built-up areas of a settlement area. So we have stuck with the minimum policy requirement of the PPS and not introduced any additional policy requirements for development on partial services. And this is reflecting the importance of servicing on partial services that we have in certain of the local municipalities. There is no exact number, and so certainly rounding out is going to be very context specific. So if we were looking at rounding out within one of the smaller villages or hamlets that exist in Malahide, that's going to be again context specific versus whether or not we were looking at rounding out. And this is in Elgin County, but if we were rounding out, let's say in the city of London, it may be what constitutes rounding out maybe a very different approach. So in this case, it's going to be context specific, and what we'd be seeking is when a developer came in with a proposal to expand development on partial services, that they would have to demonstrate to county council how this constitutes rounding out. And so they're being requested, the development proponent is being requested to provide an opinion as to what constitutes rounding out in each individual specific context. We didn't want to assign any numbers to that. Because that would be quite kind of an arbitrary approach to this. So we're hoping as a flexible approach that meets our minimum policy requirements under provincial policy, but will still allow a bit of flexibility at the local level to determine what's appropriate and as far as development on partial services.
Any additional comments, questions? Yes, Councillor Hens.
Thank you, Mr. Warden. I attended a couple of these open houses, and I just want to recognize staff, how professional and prepared they were, the patience to answer all of the questions that the public brought forth. And I think that goes a long ways to the public acceptance of this document. So thank you to staff. It was very well done, the whole process.
And thank you for those comments. It would appear that council is very satisfied with the process this far. And again, thank you very much, Paul, for your work, for the assistance of the rest of the staff that gave you on this. As noted, we're not quite at the finish line yet, but this is getting us much closer, providing, of course, that council is amenable to moving this process along. With no further comments, then, Catherine, have you got a motion for us?
Resolved that the report titled PS 2410, Elgin County Official Plan Adoption from the Acting Manager of Planning dated May 14th, 2024, be received and filed, and that the Council of the Corporation of the County of Elgin approves bylaw number 2417, being a bylaw to adopt a new official plan for the County of Elgin, and that staff be directed to prepare the statutory record in accordance with the requirements of the Planning Act to be submitted to the Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing for approval.
Do we have a mover and seconder for that? Deputy Warden Jones will move and Councillor Noble will second. All in favor? And that is carried. Thank you. Brings us on to section 7, council correspondence. 7.1, items for consideration. 7.11, flag raising and proclamation letter of request from Elgin County Pride. Does anyone wish to speak to this? Still getting through my PDF file here to find it. Oh. I'll get there. Thank you. 283. Well, I got a ways to go. Twenty pages. Okay. Any comments? Any questions? Catherine, please.
Resolved that the Council of the Corporation of the County of Elgin support the request from Elgin County Pride to hold a flag raising on Tuesday, August 6th, 2024, and proclaim August 5th to 11th, 2024 as Elgin County Pride Week.
Mover and seconder, please. Deputy Warden Jones, and I think Councillor Sloan seconded that. All in favor? That's carried. Thank you. 7.1.2, flag raising proclamation requests from Child Can. These have become standard requests as of late, and council in the past have always supported them. Catherine?
Resolved that the Council of the Corporation of the County of Elgin support the request from Child Can to hold a flag raising on Tuesday, September 10th, 2024, and proclaim September 2024 as Childhood Cancer Awareness Month.
Do you have a mover and seconder for that? Councillor Noble will move and Councillor Latham will second. All in favor? That's carried. Thank you. Brings us to 7.1.3, resolution for municipality of Bayham regarding Plank Road traffic safety measures. I guess that kind of puts me on the spot to answer some questions if someone wants to ask. Just for a little background, I'll provide the boulevard, I guess you could say, or the street width in Vienna is fairly wide. Traffic moves along fairly brisk. I know that there have been OPP calming measures in the past set down there, which has had some results. There have been requests from the community in the past of narrowing the street or putting something in the middle of the street to slow traffic down. I don't know what the answer is. Unfortunately, the council of Bayham has decided to kick it back to the county since it's a county road. So what would you like to do? Deputy Warden Jones.
Thank you, Mr. Warden. So in the last couple of weeks, there's been a group in Shedden that is pushing, and you'll probably get a letter from Southold
Okay.
similar to this. Speeds through our communities don't change. They do while OPP sit there, and we're thankful for when they are sitting there, but they can't be everywhere. And for us, Fingal and Shedden, those are fairly significant arterial roads, going both directions, and Talbot Line, Fingal Line, and Union Road. And I don't know, you've seen these where the City of London is now using photo cameras to take speed, do the enforcement for their police services, and I don't know if that's something the county would like to entertain. I know there are companies out there that do it for you to some extent. I know there is some labor involved in it as well, but is that cheaper than, I know the community in Shedden is asking for flashing lights for crosswalks, and those are expensive too. So I don't know what the answer is. Is that something we can look at least to see if it's viable, if it's just too much of an onerous job? Just a comment.
I think those are some, pretty good ideas. And as I recall, it'd be a year or two or three ago that was talked about around council about some kind of a photo radar system. But you're right, the technology is advanced, to my understanding, that there are companies that will own it and lease it to you, which makes it a lot more palatable from an affordability point of view. And whether it's something that council would like to have a report on, something we can consider. I know Crossley Hunter, Malahide, you have some flashing lights out there, solar, I believe, in front of the public school out there. And I don't know how successful that has had in calming traffic or not, but it's another option. It's more affordable than they're solar operated. So that, I'm trying to get at, we've had complaints in Stratfordville as well about having some kind of a crossing in front of the school, but at the same time, the traffic counts don't warrant it from a county perspective. But the costing is just, I'm not sure what the answer is. Councillor Noble.
That's for you, Mr. Warden. When Councillor Sloan and I were at Roma, there was some technology that I thought was quite interesting where if you're doing the speed limit, it would give you a yield sign. And if you were speeding, it would give you a stop sign. It was really cool. The one challenge is it's not been approved yet in Ontario. So it's quite a neat piece of technology because it rewards you for doing the speed limit without being overly aggressive, and it gives everybody a heads up because it's obviously electronic and it's flashing. So maybe we could look at that and send something to the Ministry of Transportation to have a look at, because I think in a lot of our rural communities, something like that would be quite beneficial. And then they could get a ticket for running a stop sign if they don't respect it.
Okay. Okay. Councillor Widner.
Yes, thank you, Warden. I know in Malahide, we did purchase our own flashing speed sign, and we do move it from community to community. And I think there's, it does work. It puts some guilt on the people that maybe should, but it wasn't a lot of money. So maybe is there an opportunity for having one of those put down in Bayham?
Well, maybe that's, again, maybe it's something that BAM should be reaching out and talking with staff over at Malahide. You purchased your own. If we wanted to put it up on a county road, obviously we'd have to have county permission to do so. I know that I believe it's the OPP have a sign on the hill at the moment. It stays for a week or so and then moves on. And I think the one in Belmont in the north entrance is still there. It's usually effective when you're coming down 74 and you see that sign, all of a sudden you're thinking, better slow it down. Maybe those are all kinds of options. I'm wondering, and I don't want to give more busy work to engineering, but is it something that perhaps council might want to entertain a report back from staff on particular options that either the local municipal partner or what the county might be able to do? Councillor Jiguer.
Yeah, I would support some exploration, and if that's the case, then I would like to also include other new technology, very low tech, which is just paint. So
Yeah.
I think I've circulated in my circles, and I got some feedback from other communities that have tried that, where you create an illusion of narrowing of the road just with paint. And so it's used widely in the Netherlands and in other countries, and others have reported to me that physically they have tried it in some school zones in Peterborough and other areas, and it has worked. And it was the one thing they've tried everything. They tried electronic signs, and nothing apparently beats this illusion where it feels like there are obstacles on the roads. There's a new design I saw even just yesterday with dots and that just create a bit of discomfort and cause the driver to slow down, because we all know drivers will drive not to the speed limit, but to their level of comfort that the road appears to give them. So I would like to include a couple of those if we want to do a pilot project, because they are low cost and apparently very effective.
Well, thank you for that. That's a good idea. Good suggestion. Counselor, Deputy Warden Jones.
Thank you, Mr. Warden. Actually, I'm glad Councilor Jager jogged my memory, because there was at OJRA a couple sessions on that very thing. A gentleman from Australia, he was
Yeah.
selling his book, and actually our director of infrastructure did buy that book. So
Hmm.
you might be willing to share it with Peter.
Perfect. Well, we'll put that on the back burner. Any other comments? Before we close off the discussion on that, I think I'll take the opportunity to invite you all down on June 1st, to participate in Crosscut Saw down in Vienna, but you can see the width of the street yourself. Counselor Widner.
Yes, thank you, Warden. Just a comment, if you really want to slow these people down and make it work, I know in St. Thomas, just north of Swiss Chalet, that road has 2 big speed bumps, and they do work, because if you hit them, you don't hit them twice. I don't know why they can do it and we can't. We have some spots, maybe that'd be our last resort. It does slow you down.
Our staff always suggests it's a little hard on snowplows. Counselor Hens.
Thank you, Mr. Warden. I just want to comment what Dutton Dunwich has done. We have 3 crosswalks in Dutton. We have the temporary speed bumps that we strategically put around town. We have purchased one of those speed radar signs that we move
Right.
all around. I think they help, but we still get countless complaints of people speeding at a school zone in our residential areas and through Wallace-town and the major roads. So I don't have the answer, but I think technology may be the answer.
Okay.
And it's changing all the time. So I would invite staff to explore our options. I'm convinced that if I could collect the fines from all the terrible drivers in my municipality, I would really help my budget.
Well, thank you for those comments. Any additional remarks? Catherine, have you been able to smith something out there? Thank you.
Resolved that engineering services staff be directed to investigate a variety of traffic safety measures on Plank Road from Edison to Oak and provide a report to Elgin County Council at a future meeting.
Mover and seconder for that, Counselor Widner and Counselor Hens will second. All in favor? That's carried. Thank you. Of course, I would expect that the exploration would be portable, could be moved to any situation we might have. 7.2, items for consideration to consent agenda. Okay. We have the Western Ontario Wardens Caucus media release and the Elgin County Museum Oneida Nation on the Thames mural launch invitation. Any comments? Any questions? Okay. The invitation, of course, is for June 11th, 11:45. Mark your calendars. Catherine, please.
Resolved that correspondence items number 7.2.1 to 7.2.2 be received and filed.
Mover and seconder, please. Counselor Hens, Counselor Noble, all in favor? That's carried. Brings us to other business. 8.1 statements, inquiries by members. Okay, 8.11, between myself and Deputy Warden Jones and Counselor Noble and staff present, we'll give you a brief update. On Friday, we had the privilege of entertaining and not only Associate Minister Flack, but Minister of Transportation, Minister Prabmeet Sakaria. And we did a short presentation in the room. Economic development provided, I guess you could say, set the stage for what was happening in the area, what the regional impacts and expectations would be. The Director of Engineering gave a further presentation on the expected road impacts and where we, from a county perspective, expected enhancements would be needed in order to deal with the expected increase in traffic, not only from the current employment expected at PowerCo, but from further employment to tertiary industry, as well as carried the message about agricultural crossings along the number 3, number 4 corridor, and when that new route is upgraded. Following that, Deputy Warden Jones and Peter escorted the ministers on a tour, 65-kilometer tour around the area and the affected sites, including up Yarmouth Center Road, down Ron McNeil, up Highbury and down. We were out to the Broccolini site, up to the dump. We covered off the area fairly well. Landfill, my apologies. Well, my apologies. I misspoke. Sorry. Yeah. But my impressions and takeaway was that it was a very good day. It was well received by the ministers, though there are no commitments from the ministry per se, but at least it opened the door and explained what our concerns are from the development, what the impacts are going to be on county infrastructure, and just putting the message out that these are areas that we're going to be needing some help. And as Councillor Giguere pointed out, this is chapter 1. This is the first one. From that, it was interesting that Associate Minister Flack had indicated his preference on bringing additional ministry colleagues down here rather than us going to Toronto to make the case to satisfy not only Elgin's needs, but from an advocacy point of view of our local municipal partners' needs. And this is where I think staff will be turning their direction next, is trying to get a handle on what is the next step? What are the broader needs in order to satisfy the provincial goals and allow us to help meet those goals from a residential as well as an employment lands perspective. So I thought it was a good day. I will invite comments from my colleagues and staff if they have anything they'd wish to add. Yes, Deputy Warden Jones, please.
Thank you, Mr. Warden. Yeah, I concur with everything the warden said. Everything that we're going to be doing in the next 5 years with infrastructure is going to affect us for the next 50 years. So we have to get it right this time, and for the long-term longevity of the whole area and accessibility, especially for our farming communities. There's going to be a lot of challenges for the transportation network for farmers, and you're talking about tens of thousands of acres that are going to be hard to access, and that's putting it mildly, I guess. So looking out for the farming community, and I think Mr. Shakaria understands a whole lot better now of the challenges that we're looking at, and not just a few angry farmers. It's the whole community that's going to be affected by this.
Thank you for that. Councillor Noble.
Through you, Mr. Warden, the meeting went really well. I was quite impressed with the Minister of Transportation and how engaged he was and forthcoming with information. And he shared the concerns that we did share with him, and that will be a concern for him. So I trust we'll have good results from that meeting.
Okay, thank you for that. Blaine, did I miss something?
Thank you, Mr. Warden. No, I don't believe so. I think the day was
successful on the whole. I thought both ministers were extremely engaged with members of council and staff, and I certainly think the tour made an impact on them. They saw the magnitude of what the area is anticipating over the coming few years, and I think they took away the message that the county of Elgin is wanting to work collaboratively with the province and plan for that growth and assist in coordinating with our municipal partners on the infrastructure that's required to support the growth and achieve the provincial goals. So I think that was a very, very beneficial discussion.
Thank you for that. So stay tuned for chapter 2. It's coming, probably quicker than you think. Yeah. Councilor Widner.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Ward. I did watch the meeting on the Elgin County website. That was very good. Mr. Duchek did an excellent job explaining a lot of things. He knows what he's talking about. The farm traffic, yeah, that is essential. There's a lot of farmers are not happy about this, and they really have to have their voices heard. And I appreciate Mr. Duchek bringing up one of the roundabouts. It's near and dear to my heart. So hopefully that'll proceed. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for that. Again, it's even though primarily we were thinking about PowerCo, and this is what we had presented to Minister Flack somewhat back in February. The addition of the development opportunities across the street here have added another complexity to it. And so, you got to start thinking about traffic patterns on John Wise, on Fairview, on Centennial, even on Sunset. So these are all county pieces of infrastructure that they could have some significant impact. And, it's daunting, but it's not insurmountable if we can get the right assistance and actually make the case. And it's a constructive case. Okay. So like I say, stay tuned because we're not done. And I get the impression from Minister Flack that he's not done. And he realizes that there's a long way to go. I believe the phrase he likes to use is, this is where the heavy lifting begins. Well, he's right. Okay. Before I move on with the notice of motion, I want to also throw out there that festival season's starting. And I mentioned earlier, and I invite you down to Vienna for Edison Fest on June 1st. And I believe on the 8th, is it not Rosie Rhubarb and Shedden? And that's the first two that come to mind, but they'll be throughout the whole summer. Take advantage of them. They're a lot of fun. And come on down and, like I say, participate in the crosscut saw challenge. You either end up with a light bulb or a skunk, one or the other. The skunk is if you lose. Okay, any other statements from members? Okay, let's move on then with notice of motion. And then any matters of urgency. Okay, then let's go on with the closed meeting items.
Resolved that we do now proceed into closed meeting session in accordance with the Municipal Act to discuss the following matters under Municipal Act Section 239-2. Closed meeting item number 1, closed meeting minutes, April 30th, 2024, and closed meeting item number 2, collective bargaining update, verbal, under Section D, labor relations or employee negotiations.
Do we have a mover and seconder for that? Councillor Noble will move. Councillor Hintz will second. All in favor? That's carried. Welcome back. Motion to rise and report.
Resolved that we do now rise and report.
Mover and seconder, please. Councillor Noble will move. Councillor Latham will second. All in favor? That's carried. Thank you. Closed meeting item number 1.
Resolved that the April 30th, 2024 closed meeting minutes be adopted.
Mover and seconder, please. Deputy Warden Jones. Councillor Sloan. All in favor? That is carried. Closed meeting item number 2.
Resolved that the confidential report from the Director of Human Resources be received for information.
Mover and seconder, please. Councillor Sloan will move, Counselor Noble will second. All in favor? That's carried. Section 11, motion to adopt recommendations from the Committee of the Whole.
Resolved that we do now adopt recommendations of the Committee of the Whole.
Mover and seconder, Counselor Widner and Counselor Jiguer. All in favor? That's carried. Section 12, consideration of the bylaws.
Bylaw number 2417, official plan adoption. Being a bylaw to provide for the adoption of the official plan for the County of Elgin. Resolves that bylaw number 2417 be now read a first, second, and third time and finally passed.
Mover and seconder, please. Counselor Latham and Counselor Sloan will second. All in favor? That's carried. And the confirming bylaw?
Bylaw 2418, confirmation. Being a bylaw to confirm proceedings of the Municipal Council of the Corporation of the County of Elgin at the May 14th, 2024 meeting. Resolved that bylaw number 2418 be now read a first, second, and third time and finally passed.
We have a mover and seconder, please. Counselor Noble. Deputy Warden Jones, all in favor? That is carried. Brings us to the adjournment motion.
Resolved that we do now adjourn at 10:21 a.m. to meet again on May 28th, 2024 at 9:00 a.m.
Mover and seconder, Counselor Widner. Counselor Latham, all in favor? As carried. Thank you for joining us today and enjoy the rest of the day. It's nice out there.